Hello, I'm Alice. I'm a board game player, a French board game player. I think you can hear it. I love board games and especially Eurogames. I love Essen Spiel Faire. I will be there in October, and I'm preparing the fair by reading about a lot of games that will be released there. And when I can, I share some insight with you. So just from reading the rules, I don't have any special information. Just something available online, and try to explain to you what I did get from this game to allow more people to know more about them, because I love to share, and sometimes there is not yet a lot of information on these games. So what I'm doing is basically I'm scrolling through the Essen Spiel preview, and I'm stopping on game I'm interested in. So for example, a game by Germán Millán will interest me, and I just go to the page of the game and read what is available, sometime on the editor site and things like this. So here for Men-Nefer, the rules are available online, so I read the rules and I will try to explain to you the idea of the game. So this is a game by Germán Millán, which is the author of Bitoky and Sabika, also Bamboo and other games. We find a lot of Bitoky and Sabika in the spirit in this game, and this is published by Ludonova, which was also the publisher of Sabika. And here we find a very clear rule book with a lot of historical information, so they are really strong on this, and this is really agreeable. It also seems kind of nice component-wise, and yeah, I love this. It is colorful and things like this, so this seems nice. Okay, so the rules are available. I will try to explain to you the idea of the game. So, how does it work? Each of you will have, we are in Egypt, okay, and we are constructing Memphis, so Men-Nefer in Egyptian, a big temple with pyramids, sphinxes, sarcophagus, and things like this. We have a personal board on which we can find a lot of things. There is a lot of different elements that will come together point-wise, and there is a lot of actions that give bonus actions to and allow to do more. But on your player board you will find this part of the board here, which will be your workers and tablets to activate your workers. This kind of reminds the personal board of Bitoky with the spirits, and then you unlock the fact that you can send your worker on the board. Here, this is the other way around. You will first have all your workers available, will send them on the board, and then you will be able to collect a new tablet for the next turn, the next round, so you will prepare your next move while doing this. The game is divided in 3 phases. This is written on the top of the board. I have a here, this is just a capture from the rules, so this is blurry and with number on that. But here you have the flow of the game and mainly how you score points each round. So what the first thing you do each turn is so there is 3 seasons. The flow part, when I forgot the name, sorry. So you recollect resources, then you do all your actions, then you score points. Okay, so this is the 3 seasons of the game, and everything is very thematic, so this is nice. So first you collect some food and some heka, so religious influences. Food will be collected from boats. You have several boats that can go across this river, and when you pass some threshold, you will have you will harvest some fish at the beginning of each round. Here on the obelisk, which is linked to the temple, so this is the religious part. When you go up, you will win some harvest some religion token. Heka. Okay, so this is how you start the game. You take this. Then, each time this is your turn, you will have the choice between 3 types of actions. If you still have a worker there, you can send them off the board, and this will activate the tablet in front of them. This will give actions that we will find again on the board later when we are playing with the worker. And then you can, if you have a worker there, make them cross this part, so going from sun to moon, this is also a little like crossing the river in Bitoky, and this will make your scarab progress one step here, and then you will be able to activate any level between where you are and a previous level, which will make you do something on the different axes of the game. So the pyramids, the sarcophagus, the temple, the boats and the river, and the sphinx that will activate bonuses for other area of the games. Then the third type of action you can do is if you have, okay, so this could go on the board to activate the tablet. This is on the board, so this can be moved to activate the area. And here there is a missing tablet, so you can retrieve a tablet for next turn. And when you will do that, on the board here, you have a tablet display. You will choose one of them. If you choose the last one, you will win one fish, but if you choose another one, you will have to pay some fish. And this will give you a bonus action on the side, and this will give you the tablet for the next turn. So this is the flow of the game. You will play 3 times each of this type of action, so you play 9 times a turn. If at some point there is an action you cannot do because you have to pay when there is someone on this board, you can instead retrieve 3 food. This seems sad, but it may be necessary sometime. When everybody played, we go to scoring, and when we score, everything we put in place basically will reward you some points according to some condition, to some access, and these points will be cumulated from one round to another. So if you score 3 points for something at the first round, you will score at the second round 3 points plus the other points you will have unlocked later. So you will always increase how many points you will do at the end of each round. There is 3 rounds of the game. So I said that sometimes action costs you money. Why? Because when you send a worker on this spot here, if you are alone on your spot, no problem. If there is already one person and with 3 or less players, there will be some neutral guy there, this will cost you 1 fish. If you have 2 guys there and you want to go there, it will cost you 3 fish, and if you are 3 or more, it will cost you 5 on this precise square. But when you want to cross this path, you will also have to pay depending on who is already on the other side. So maybe you will pay twice if you are later than the other on the same axis. And on the side here, there is a scarab that progress, so each time you cross this, you do an action there, and you can go to better and better action the more you are doing the same action. There is some way to improve this scarab without doing this action. Mainly, this wasn't the other way around, when you are using this tablet. So I take this guy, I send it on the board, and I'm doing the action of this tablet. So here is gaining 2 hecas, and either place a sarcophagus on the board or prepare a sarcophagus. I will explain this later. And here there is a symbol. Here you have a little hieroglyph marker. If you have the good hieroglyph, the one just after your marker, you may advance your marker and then gain the bonus below it. And this bonus will sometimes, 2 times in the game, allow you to advance the scarab without doing the action. There is some other way, some bonuses that can give you that, mainly by craft or deities. So here I talked about preparing a sarcophagus. So here you have mummies. Mummies are not yet prepared to be sent to the temple. You have to put them in a sarcophagus. So all of the elements work a little the same. You have to first prepare it. So on your board there is the non-available things and the available things. So you put it available, and then later you will be able to do an install sarcophagus action. The same go for the sphinxes or for the privileges that go to the queen's pyramids. And a little differently for the baskets that will be sent to the temple. So here's an image. Yeah. What are the different possible actions in this game? The first action here with limestones will allow you to progress on the pyramids. On this pyramid, you have two tracks. One track for the big pyramid and one track for the little queen pyramids. For the big pyramid, you advance on this track, and when you cross a hammer, you will be able to build one new step of the pyramid. You will take one of this tile, you will put it on a space, and you will gain both the bonus on the space and the bonus on the tile you just put, which are basically gaining one heart or one plum feather, gaining one fish or one religion. This is the resources, and heart and feather will have to be weighted one against the other to know how pure your heart is, and this will be points at the end of the run. You have to have a lot of hearts and not and decrease your feather, and if they cross, this is good. So this is for the big pyramid. For the little ones, you will have to have prepared privileges, and then when you are doing this step, so you have to have a privileges available, available to do this step. You can set it to one of the small pyramids. There is only 4 spaces, and this will be points according to certain criteria. For example, this will be points at the end of each round according to the number of privileges you have and the number of sarcophagus you have laid. So this is the pyramids. Then you have the sarcophagus. So the sarcophagus, you have to prepare them first, then install them. Most of the action work with level. You have level 1 sarcophagus, level 2 sarcophagus, level 3 sarcophagus, and this will allow you to put them in some spot and not on the other. So level 1, level 2, level 3 on both sides. When you put it somewhere, you win heart and religion. And then if you put a level 2 somewhere, you will have 2 actions between the one of its left and the one beside below it, and you can do twice the same or 1 and 1 as you want. If you are putting a level 3, you have 3 actions. Level 1, you have only 1 action, and this will allow you to progress on some other track and to link the action between them. This will also reward you some points at the end of the round according to their position. Okay. So this was sarcophagus. Then you have crafts and sending gifts to the temple. So craft, I may use the rule for that. You have crafts somewhere here. So there is an action which is take a craft on the board. So there is a display of crafts available on the board. You choose one, you eventually pay the fish. This will slide, so the price will go down each time somebody takes something, and you put it on your player board. You have to form a pyramid, so you cannot place it somewhere where you don't have the basis yet. This right now will unlock you a basket that will go on top of this craft and will be able to next send to the temple. So when you send something to the temple, in general you have this kind of icons. So there is 2 variation. This is advance one priestess in the temple without making a gift, and this is you advance and you make a gift, the donation. When you advance, some steps cost you 1 or 2. You advance your priestess, and then this will allow you to deliver some goods at some point. You choose a place, you win what is written on the place, and you put your basket there. All of them will make you advance on the obelisk. I will talk about the obelisk just afterward. And the level of the baskets that you put there, so depending on which level of the pyramid, personal pyramid on your board will be there, will allow you to win something depending on these crafts. Okay, so this is on the next thing. So if I deliver a level 2 basket, I can do here for this craft 1 pyramid section, one papyrus section, and 2 gaining 2 religion token resources. So you unlock the more and more things when you deliver things, and each craft have a little image that is only used for contracts. Okay, the obelisk on the board, it's on the side of the board here. So we already saw that it was used for religion harvest. This will also unlock you some special action that is defined for the game depending on the deity in play. This will also reward you some points at the end of each round, depending on how high you are on this track. So you just go up the track. So this was delivering to the temple. Then there is the boats. The boat, when you have, for example, 3 movement and 1 activation, you can divide the 3 points of movement in all your boats, and then activate one of the space one of your boat is in. So you can never have 2 boats on the same spot, and there is spot on the river, you always move forward, and there is spot on the cities, so you can do some kind of side step to be able to go on the city. The activation of the river will give you food. The activation of the city will give you 1 contract that give you some condition. If you have this condition at the end of the round, this is fulfilled, and this will score you points at the end of each round. The last action is for Sphinx. So the Sphinx will be you will have the same thing, so you have to prepare them, and then you can put it in 1, 2, or 3 level depending on what you are allowed. And there is spots corresponding to each area of the game. So 1 spot who will allow you to take a craft and go up to the obelisk, 1 for delivering good to the temple, 1 for gaining food, 1 for gaining privileges and advancing on the pyramid tracks, and 1 for sarcophagus and papyrus. I forgot to talk about papyrus, so you can get here some papyrus, so you take 1 of these, you put it on your personal board, and this will score you points at the end of the round. This costs religion resource, both for this and for the spot on your player board. If I can see on the player board, here you have a space spot for papyrus, but there is a cost printed on them. Okay, so there is a lot of different action, and then once everybody sent the guy 3 times, move the guy 3 times, and retrieve tablet 3 times, you will score points at the end of the round. So you will first check if you accomplish your objective on the contracts, then you will flip them on their back, and this will reward you for points, both for the one you just did and for the one for the previous round. You will score points for the level you reach on the obelisk. You will score points, I'll take the rules, for your heart and your feather. Okay, so this is my hair. Up. So the papyrus you have, you will count how many tiles you have and how many complete symbols. This will make you plume move on the track, your feather move on the track, and then you will look how far apart your heart and your feather are. If they are far apart, you will lose a lot of points. If they are very close, you will not lose any points. And if they're already close, you will win points according to the symbol between them. Then you will have the trade contract. I already talked about it. The obelisk, I already talked about it. The sarcophagus will give you points according to the abscess and ordinates. The pyramid, the big pyramid, will give you fixed points according to where you are on the track, and the queen pyramid will allow you to have points according to the criteria. For example, this one is for each delivered basket in the temple times the number of privileges you have put on this pyramid, so how much time you contributed to it. So that's basically it. There is a lot of different action, but it seems that each action is not so complicated. The action seems linked between them because there is a lot of bonuses that will give you this and this and this, a lot of timing effect, a lot of combinations that you want to have this before having this, and you want to to make the most of your action, but there is a little interaction about how much this will cost you if you want to do this action at this moment. You need to have enough food to be able to do all of this. It really seems like my kind of games. I know that some people in Sabika already found that there was a lot of different actions that was not so linked between them. I think this have a little the same profile, so it will, from reading the rule, appeal to the same kind of player. I don't think there will be a big surprise there. I'm really happy that it takes back this timing effect on your activation from Bitoky. So from when can you move a worker, when can you do this type of action, and you have 9 action and you do it in the timing you want. So this is something I really liked and I hope to see again in this. The material seems really cool. Thematically it's really strong. So the main mechanism is not so linked to the thematic, but every element is thematically coherent and with information on them, and so this is nice. This is a nice illustration. So I really want to play it. I'm impatient to be to Essen in October to be able to play it. And that's it for me today. If you like this kind of video, so just overview with no further information, just sharing and being excited about what will happen next, what will be released, please subscribe, and that's it for me. Bye.